One of the most expensive films China has ever made has been pulled from cinemas after a dismal opening weekend. The fantasy epic Asura cost more than $100 million to make, but took just $7 million in its first few days. Kerry Allen is a China media analyst at BBC Monitoring.
Well, this film is based on Buddhist history, and it was meant to be China's kind of endeavour into science fiction, because a lot of Chinese films, they're either associated with war dramas or they're kind of rom-coms, romantic comedies. So this was meant to be a film that was going to break the mould, and a lot of the promotional material for it, the pictures and the videos that went out, made it look almost like a Chinese version of Game of Thrones. It had lots of special effects in it. It had like one of its key actresses. She had like bleach blonde hair and looked a bit like Daenerys, and yeah, she basically it looked very exciting to a Chinese audience, and it was really hyped up by official media. They were saying it's coming. So it was a big surprise really that 3 days after it hit the box office, it was suddenly taken out of cinemas.
Yeah, and a big budget and high profile actors too.
Yeah, absolutely massive budget. It's thought to be one of the most expensive films that China's ever produced, about 112 million. But there are conflicting reports about how much it actually brought in over the weekend when it was first released. Official media in China have been saying that it was under 50 million, but some overseas reports have been saying that it could have been as little as 7 million that it only brought in. So a real tiny fraction of the overall cost of the film. So this made a lot of people anxious who were working on the film, and that's the reason it's believed to have been panned.
So why did the public not respond to something which you would think would push every button?
Well, I think to some extent it's because of the media that were promoting this. So a lot of media in China, the majority of media in China are owned by the state, and this happened before with a big film previously called The Great Wall, that it was given so much promotion by official and state media that people started to think, is this a propaganda movie? Is it a film I'm going to enjoy? You know, why are the state telling me that this is a film that I should be watching? And it might have been that it was just so overhyped. There was so much publicity around this by these big media outlets that are normally associated with very heavy, very dry political news, that people thought it was a bit of a turn-off. But also there is an appeal that Chinese audiences have with Hollywood and American films, that they think long term that they're much better than Chinese films, and they think that China's got a lot of catching up to do with its film industry. So a lot of the comments I've been seeing on social media, a platform called Weibo, which is the most popular social media platform in China, people have been saying that this film was destined to be bad from the start, because a lot of Chinese films have previously not lived up to expectations.
And what are the producers going to do? Give it another chance?
Yes, they are. There's been some media reports saying that they're going to take the film back, edit it, put some new scenes in, and see if they can give it another shot. But also, this is the investors behind this company. You've got very big people who have been involved in investing in this, one of whom is Jack Ma, who owns the Alibaba company, and part of his big project was to try and move into films and to really help China become basically a competitor with Hollywood. So yeah, there was the thought that this was going to be the film to do it. So there's going to be a lot of anticipation if another version of the film does come out.
That's Kerry Allen, a China media analyst.